What's going on, guys? Dave here in the 2016 Ford Mustang. This is a V6 model, but what I'm about to do will apply to tons of different Mustangs. What we're going to do is we're going to change out the controls in here. Ultimately, we're hoping to swap out the entire steering wheel, at least the outer part of the wheel, with a much nicer one, and one that's got a little bit meatier wrapping on it. The leather wrapping is a lot nicer on this one, so we're going to swap it out. The issue is how to get the steering wheel off. First, you have to get the airbag off. So make sure your wheel is nice and straight on here. Get you a really small flathead screwdriver, like really small. And over on the side, let's see if we can see this here. Notice this on the side. Okay, right now this model is automatic with paddle shifter, so we got this paddle shifter right here, but right behind it is a tiny little hole. Right there. You'll need to stick your little flathead screwdriver in there and push inward towards the center of the wheel. Then you can slightly pull back on the airbag here. While you're pushing, there's a spring in there. You have to basically push it in to release it. And once this side pops off, then take your screwdriver to the other side. Another tiny little hole right behind the paddle shift on this one. Push in on that one, and the entire airbag should pop off. So we'll do that real quick. Alrighty. Push inward on it. You'll feel it up in there, and you'll feel it push on it also. It's a good ways in there. You'll feel one little bump, and then you'll need to move it towards you some and just push in firmly. You'll see what I mean when you're in there. You'll feel a spring that's kind of resisting against you. It's kind of a straight spring, actually, like this, and you're going to move it inward, if you can see this. It's a little tricky. A little bit tricky, but you'll feel it. Okay. You'll need something, slightly longer, maybe 3 inches long at least, to get you a little bit of leverage on it. Push it in right here, and you'll hear something metal. You'll hear something metallic, basically. And you push in on it, that's the spring. And then this half of the horn or airbag starts to pull back. Then come to the other side. And you have to kind of listen until you hear something metallic. Like so. And there it is. We'll take a look inside now. Okay. Lots of connectors and wires going on here. Now we need to remove the airbag itself, which you'll use a pick or a tiny flat screwdriver. And these little orange tabs here, you need to pop them up a little bit. Be careful, because if your car is older, those little tabs can break. Or if you're trying to remove an airbag from a car that the airbag's been deployed from, these could be melted, because this puts out a lot of heat when it's under use. If the airbag deploys. So you have to be careful with these two connectors right here. This one's pretty self-explanatory, though. You just pull up on the red tab. This guy will come up. That's for the horn. But yeah, it can be a little bit tricky getting these guys off here, I've noticed. Just, kind of wiggle up under it carefully, and it'll pop up like that. That's how it should do. little wiggling, and you'll see it. When it pops up like that, it's ready to be removed. Okay, and I'm trying to do in this one-handed, so hang tight. Okay, now you'll notice one is black, one is yellow. Same with the connector. One is black, one is yellow, so you won't get them mixed up. No big deal there. With this little thing, you can use your fingernail or a tiny screwdriver and just pull up on this red tab. Then you can push down on that black tab and pull the connector off for the horn. All right, now we've gotten the horn off and the whole airbag assembly is off. Here's a look at, you can see the spring now that holds the airbag in place. So this means when you're coming from the side, watch for my little screwdriver coming in. All right. There it is. See my little screwdriver coming in right there? When it pushes on that first spring, if it'll stay focused. When it pushes on that first spring like that, that's when it's ready to pop that half of the airbag off. Okay? So that helps you understand how this works. Now, some other things, you know, notice the controllers are really beat up on this one. We could just swap those out without removing the entire steering wheel. These are all just held on with, you know, various little Torx fasteners right there. So you can actually buy these on eBay. You know, if your buttons are all worn out like these, you could just swap that out pretty easily. But to remove the steering wheel itself, it's a 24mm socket right there. And that's how you'll get the steering wheel off. Now just make sure that your steering wheel is always pointing straight like that, you know, as if you're driving perfectly straight. You know, just so that you don't possibly mess up installing a new wheel. Anyway, that's it. We got tons of stuff going on with this car. This is a 2016 Mustang V6, but we're replacing lots of things that are kind of beat up on it. You know, we replaced the door panel on this one as the school bus goes by. Notice that that's the old door panel. Notice how it's scratched on the bottom down there. So we're replacing things that were beat up on this car by the previous owner. And honestly, it's because she was disabled and had a wheelchair. So she was constantly lugging it in and out of this car, and it scratched stuff up. And I think she had long fingernails as well. So that's probably why all this got beat up. So we're going to replace all this in here and try to make this car look good, you know, brand new again. Anyway, so check out our other videos about this car and tons of other cars. We're always adding new stuff, so subscribe to the channel. We hope you appreciate it, and we enjoy your comments as well. So please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, follow, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you'll have a great day. We'll see you later.